Welcome, let's do a full body band workout. You're gonna need just a little bit of stuff for this. You could do this workout stepping dumbbells for the bands, absolutely. You could do this body weight as well and do the movements, build up to using the band, build up to using dumbbells, whatever works for you. The goal is burning muscles and fatigue at the end of the sets, right? The things I'm going to be using today are a booty band, a small closed loop band, a tube with handles, I would say medium, and I'm gonna throw in a TheraBand as well. So this is about a medium resistance full loop band if you don't have tubing or if you just wanna use this. So it's kind of what you have, get it together and let's go. We're gonna do supersets. What that means are 2 exercises that are back to back and then completing the sets, right? So you're sort of resting one area of the body while you work the other. You're gonna need just a little bit of space, the gear we talked about, put on some music. We're gonna get warm using some mobility work. So just shake it out first. Crank out some jams. Copyright issues make it so I can't, and it's terrible. Shake it. And then you're just gonna take your feet into a squat position, and we're gonna squat and take our hands up and back, okay? So your arms are kind of twisting so that your thumbs go back. Don't go so low that you start to dip forward. Weight is in the heels, chest is lifted. Just bringing some of the warmth in through the shoulders, maybe a little bit through the upper back. Try to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. We're gonna do one more. And then a nice easy jog. If you don't feel like the nice easy jog, you can do a nice easy walk. Doesn't matter. Pump the arms again. Let me get the heart rate up. And again, if there's no impact for you today, no big deal. And then we're gonna do that same thing. So squatting and taking the arms back. I'm sort of twisting now for set 2 as I feel a little warmth through my shoulders and my upper back. Getting a little deeper in the squat. Core is nice and secure to help keep you lifted and tall. Eye gaze is forward. Make sure your knees are moving out and not in. Never want to collapse your knees when you squat. One more. And then this time some nice easy jacks. If you feel ready, you can add the arms. And again, you can tap out really easily to the side if you're not feeling jumpy. Just a few more minutes and then we'll be in it, you guys. Love being able to do full workouts with you. 4, 3, so cool looking, right? 2, 1. Couple more exercises. You're gonna lunge back and you're just gonna twist. Don't make this a giant twist. We're just trying to build some mobility and warmth into the middle of our body. The legs as well, so they're hip width apart, and then you're stepping back and just giving a nice little rotation, keeping the chest open and the collarbones broad. Drop the back knee, and then as you step in forward from the lunge, make sure that you're driving out of your front heel. Muscles feeling warm, it's almost time. One more. And then we're just gonna, you pick, walk it, jog it. Couple more seconds. And then we're on to our first superset. All right. Couple more shakes. If you need more warming, always take it. I'm ready to go. So we're gonna go for it. Our first round are going to be lateral squats with the option of the booty band, and then a chest fly on the ground with the tubing. If you're using the band for your lateral squats, pick it up. Some people like to put the band below their knees. I prefer it above. So you're gonna scoot it up, and your band may look different than mine. Just make sure it's one that you can move in. We're going to do lateral squats. We're going to do the right leg and then the left leg, okay? So we're gonna come out to the side, step to the right, step to the left. I'm in a low squatting position. I'm counting, don't worry. We're gonna do 20 repetitions. So push the knees out. Again, the chest is up, the core is tight. Stay low in this squat. So it's 10 per leg. And remember, if you're moving super easily, you may need a heavier resistance band. But if your legs are collapsing in, don't go too heavy. Wanna make sure you can stay solid. 4, 3, 2, 1. Our next exercise, and I'm just leaving the band on, I'm all about efficiency, is going to be a chest fly using the band. I'm going to use tubing. With the tubing, if you're gonna use it like me, you're gonna fold it in half and then grab one side. Be easy with the handle. Sometimes they hit you in the face, never hurt anybody, right? Coming back into a chest fly position. So we're gonna brace the belly back towards the floor. You're gonna take the band up over your head, friends, and you're gonna stretch it and come back. So we're stretching it open as wide as we can, feeling that stretch across the chest. Make sure, we're doing 10 of these, you guys. Make sure that when you come down, your shoulders are staying down away from your ears. And also make sure you're not popping the band. So we're resisting it on the way down and the way back, both concentric and eccentric. So we use the resistance of the band both ways. Ooh, 2, feel that stretch, and 1. Good, so that's our first superset. We're going to repeat. Now options, so say maybe you did body weight the first time, throw the booty band on. You never know, right? Let's get really low. I'm gonna step a little wider this time. 20 repetitions, okay? 1, 2, 3, knees are out. Feet are flat on the floor, and I'm not just tapping, I'm keeping my foot low, and I'm making sure that as I push my knees out, I'm pushing against the band, maintaining a super strong squat position. My chest is lifted. 5, 4, ooh. Feel that, I like that. Keeping the band on if you're using it, coming down for the flies. Now, if it felt too strong, holding it like this, you can always hold it here, right, with a little less resistance. The deal is that you're gonna need to make sure that you maintain tension. We're not just holding the band for fun, we're using it as resistance rather than a dumbbell. So come down and folding mine in half. It felt good last time, honestly. And remember, we're going to resist the band on the way out and on the way in. So shoulders down away from ears, pull it open, nice and wide, and again. You're gonna feel a little work in your upper back as well, but really tune in across the chest as you pull and control that resistance. Bringing my hands up back just above the shoulders, but even at the starting position, I've got tension. I'm pulling to create a little movement across the band. 2, 1. Woo-hoo-hoo. So good. I love weightlifting, guys. I love band work. I love it all. Last set. Ooh, okay. This time, let's try to step a little wider, so almost a sumo squat. If you've got a good amount of resistance on your booty band and you're not able to do it, don't worry about it. Just do 20 solid lateral band squats, okay? I'm always asking for more. You don't need to do it. 1. Just check. Your toes are out. You're not at all curving through your lower back. The chest is lifted and strong. We're getting really low, really meaty into the legs and the glutes. Stay in a squatting position even to connect and do all these reps is challenging, right? You're not coming out and resting. That tension is constant. So if it's burning, yes, you're doing it right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! I'm gonna take these off for right now. So attractive, you just kick it. All right, last set of flies. I'm gonna turn so you guys can see a different angle. Lay back, brace your abs, don't just jump into your movement. Set yourself up for success, right? Band is folded, and I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna open as big as I can, feeling this also with the upper back and shoulders, so good. Nice burn across my chest as well as I pull. Breathe. 5 more. Don't rush when you're almost at the end of a set. People tend to do that. Don't be that person. 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. First superset done and dusted. We're moving on to our next 2 movements that we're going to do back to back. We're going to do a single leg squat and we're going to do a row with the band. So keep everything close by. You have options for your single leg squat. I'm going to show you actually a couple of options. The first one we're going to use is just with the booty band. So you're going to put it back on. And then you're going to use this resistance to hold your legs into that nice solid position while we do a little version of a single leg squat. So you're going to bring your weight into your left foot and you're going to scoot back. I'm going to lift my foot off the ground and make sure, again, that nothing's collapsing and we're pulling back. And then you're going to squat. We're going to do 8 per leg. As you do this, if you're like, Aim, I can't do it that way, it's not a big deal. You're going to lean almost all of your weight. So there's literally just a tapping foot. It's just resting on the ground. So that all the work, all this tension is on your front leg. Make sure your knee is moving out. And my nose and my torso are coming in front of my toes. Ooh, Big push through the heel of the standing leg. Okay, you're gonna switch. So again, you saw the option with the toes on the ground. I'm gonna lift mine off this time and incorporate a little bit of balance. All the weight in that front leg. I'm making sure that my right knee is not buckling in. It's moving out, pushing smoothly out towards my little toes. My body is leaning forward. Again, all the work, all the focus on this front leg. Doesn't really matter what your back leg is doing. I would not rush these bad boys. You're working balance and stability as well as strength. So take your time. One more. You like that? Using that booty band. And if you're in this position, it's just as tough, you guys. Just not as much balance, okay? Second exercise. One of my favorite things to do with the tube, honestly. You guys know I love back work. You're gonna take your tubing. Don't get confused on this part. Tubing. Fold it in half, so you're holding both the handles on one side, okay? Put the entire thing under your shoes. Now you have this opening here, right? Because you doubled it up. You take your two handles, you put them through that opening and hook them. And then you've got this little hole that you made, right? Now, don't move. If you're there and you're good, solid. If you're like, I don't want to do that. I get all kinds, okay? You can absolutely take the band just like this. You can pull it and you can be like that. If you don't want to do the double, you're not feeling fancy, you don't do directions, you do you. Or, that's so many options, y'all. TheraBand, single, double, whatever, okay? You get the picture. Put it under your feet and hold two handles. I like to do this double way because it makes it way harder to pull. And I like things to be harder. All right, I'm gonna show you side on. So my feet are together. I'm gonna bend my knees quite a bit so that I can nail the upper body form. If you nail the upper body, you can lengthen your legs. But the upper body comes first. You're leaning back, just like you would if you had a cable machine at the gym. And then you're gonna pull, okay? We're gonna adjust here. Here we go. So I got my knees bent, we're gonna pull. One. So I'm not rounding my back, but I'm leaning back, chest is broad, and then I'm pulling my arms back behind me. Feel that in your upper back immediately. If you're super strong, you may be able to lengthen your legs. We're doing 10 repetitions. So really, again, take your time. You're resisting the band on the way out and on the way in, feeling this work in your upper back, between the shoulders, mid-back as well. Shoulders down away from the ears. 2. One more. Beautiful. It's such a good one. All right. I'm going to smoothly, skillfully take that off my shoes. Single leg squat. Back to the booty band or body weight. You can also hold on to a wall if you're super challenged with balance. It's not a big deal. So again, I'm coming into my left leg, picking my poison here, leaning forward, squaring off, knees out. I'm gonna go with my range a little bit. Now, if you can keep your chest up and you're looking for more, you can touch down. But remember, this is not a deadlift, this is a squat. So we wanna have our body weight a little more forward, still hinging from the hips. This is just an added challenge for the balance. Make sure if you've got the booty band around your legs, that you're being mindful of how you're moving it or what you're doing with it. 3, 2, remember we're not rushing, we're doing solid reps. And 1. Good, foot goes down, other side. One side's always better than the other, friends. So this is your bad side. We're working together. Knee out, tip, 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 tip. Putting the foot down if you need it, right? Now I don't have as much range of motion on this leg. This is a blessed gift of being nearly 37 years old. Very active person. Sometimes single side movements, you see the differences in your body. It doesn't matter. Do your best. If you're on one leg with me, really brace your core tightly. Wrap it around you like a corset to keep you lifted and strong. 3, 2, keep the knee tracking. I know I'm struggling too. It's okay. Struggle is good. You work through it, right? All right, coming down for that seated row. You can either do the setup we just did, or I'm going to show you the other version for those extra folks. of simply going like this. I'm telling you, try the wrap though. Now I need a little more resistance doing it this way, so I'm gonna kind of loop these around and grab below, okay? I'm gonna sit back because this isn't as strong. I'm gonna straighten my legs and then we're gonna pull. So if you've got this grip, you're gonna pull a little bit lower. You're gonna draw your elbows in and back. Visualize your shoulder blades coming towards each other, but utilizing those really big muscles in your lower back, your lats. I'm not moving my chest forward and back. Upper body is very still and very strong so that we can do our 10 seated rows like a champ. See, band work is awesome. You get to be really creative. You get to use the resistance moving both directions, right? You don't want the band to snap and hit you in the foot or hit you in the face. So we tend to be really mindful when we're moving with them. They can be a little bit tricky. Just keep up at it. Ooh, one more. All right, last set of single leg squats, excuse me. I'm gonna show you another version. Feel free, grab the booty band, do body weight, do what's working for you. If you want to try something different, you're gonna step into your band with your feet hip width apart. You're gonna cross your handles over, and then you're gonna sit back like this. And now don't just hang with the handles, take them up high onto your hips, and there you go. So now in this version, I'm extending my legs straight. I'm drawing my shoulder blades back and down. It's just a different way. None of these ways are better, but same rules apply. My nose and my chest are out in front of my toes. I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my hips really square. And I'm able to keep my back leg off the ground on this leg. I won't be able to on the other side. One more. Stepping in and switching. So on this side, because this leg is less stable, I'm gonna keep my left foot on the ground. You guys ready? Here we go. If you got the booty band, hang on. You start to feel these bad boys. Single side training, unilateral training, so valuable. You're getting that extra kick of stability work in there. This one's way harder for me. I'm working to track my knee out, not in. I'm working to keep my body lifted and not flopping open to the side. 3, 2, one more. Good, coming up. Last set of those seated rows. I'm gonna go back to the way I love it. You're like, show me that one more time. Fold it in half. Put it under your feet. This hole that you made, the handles go through. Tighten it up around your shoes. Because hey, the tighter it is around your shoes, the less hard it is to pull. And that's good, because we got a lot of resistance going. See all the slack we took, right? I'm leaning back, my knees are quite bent, my core is engaged, and I'm gonna pull this thing up. Again, we're targeting our backs. My shoulders are down away from my ears. I'm drawing my shoulder blades back towards each other. Really big and controlled squeeze through all the bits of this exercise. 10 repetitions. If it doesn't feel heavy enough and you're like, I can do way more, then do 12 to 15 and make sure you use a heavy enough band. Band work should be challenging, you guys. There's a lot going on. 4 more. Keep that backward lean. Keep that beautiful strong work in your upper back. 2, last one. Woo, okay, we're partway through. Done and dusted with set number 2. Next superset. We are going to do bicep curls with our band, and we're going to do deadlifts with our band. I'm hitting my heavier tubing. So tubing with handles, you can absolutely use the TheraBand for this one as well. You're gonna step on your band, and you're gonna take your feet kind of wide, like out to a squat. I've got hair all over my stuff, that's so gross. Here, step a little bit wider, and you're gonna do a bicep curl. You ready? Soft knees, lifted chest and core. 10 repetitions. Just like if I were using dumbbells, I've got my elbows back. I'm taking my knuckles to just outside my shoulders. Breathing in, extending at the bottom, so not letting there be any bend in my elbows, you guys. Okay? 3, so good. A little twist. 2, squeeze those biceps. And 1. Now, we're gonna do a deadlift. This requires a little bit of honesty, okay? I'm gonna take my feet now only hip width apart, so this is a different exercise. Deadlifts about hip width apart, toes out. Because I know I need a little more, I'm gonna grab down at the handles and I'm gonna do that wrap thing to make the band heavier, okay? And then I'm gonna pretend I've got a barbell on the ground or dumbbells on the ground. And I'm gonna do a deadlift. All the same rules apply, okay? Coming down. And then you come up and you squeeze your booty. Coming down, come up, squeeze. So my shoulders are backing down. I'm hinging at my hips. I'm keeping my hands super close to my legs. As I come up, I'm pushing the heels into the ground, squeezing the back of my body, my hamstrings and my butt. These are so amazing. In round 2, I'll show you with the TheraBand, but we're squeezing. So I'm not squatting, I'm hinging forward, keeping some length in the back of my legs. One more, woo! Big booty squeeze as you come up, you guys. Oh my goodness, back to the banded curl. Same thing, we're just holding the handles in a different way and we're taking the feet wider this time. Stand nice and tall, guys. Give me a shoulder roll. Body's working hard now. And we got 10 bicep curls. Again, we're not letting our elbows slide forward, so tuck it in, back by your ribs. Taking our knuckles up. We're fully extending to get that beautiful full range of motion to challenge the arms. 5 more. Extend all the way down. 3, woo, little twist. 2, don't rush and don't pop those bands down. And 1, gorgeous. Okay, now we're coming in a little bit for the deadlifts. We're pulling how we need to here. Doubling it up. Soft knees as you come down, shoulders back, tipping forward like you're pulling a barbell off the ground. Coming up and squeezing against that resistance. That's around the feet and coming up the side of the legs as well. Make sure you don't let your chest come forward, you guys. Stand up tall and stand up proud. I'm squeezing all 4 corners of my feet into the ground so they're flat, but extra through my heel. So much engagement through the hamstrings and through the glutes. It's B-E-A, beautiful. 2 more. These do not look hard, but my gosh. Woo, they are. Love it. Last set of each. Give your hands a little love if you need it. And then we're coming out again for our last set of bicep curls. Oh, I was going to show you the Thera. If you don't want to switch, don't switch. Hang on. You've got the TheraBand, so the big loop band. You can do the exact same thing. Step in it. Grab it. And pull. Ready? 1. So you'll notice when you use different bands, the way you grip them might change just a bit, depending on if they've got handles, if you're holding them partway down or at the top, etc., etc. It doesn't matter. Just remember what we're trying to work, what we're trying to isolate right now is the biceps. Sometimes if I'm unsure how to hold a band, I think, okay, if I was holding a barbell or I was holding a dumbbell, how would I hold it? Woo! I had someone tell me band work wasn't hard enough, and I was like, huh, let's hang out. 2 more. People are funny. They don't understand. They just like to knock things. Woo! Great at-home training option. Same for the deads. Coming in. I'm going to double it up here. We're going to do this thing. Woo! Yeah. Ready? Hinge forward. Pull and squeeze. Hinge forward. Now you got to visualize here. There's a huge mind-body connection, particularly with the glutes. Sometimes we like to let other muscles take over for our glutes. They're our biggest muscles. Don't be that person. Think about them. Squeeze them. Imagine them drawing forward. Big inhale. Big exhale. 3 more. Oh my goodness. 3. I feel that today. It's good. 2. And 1. Woo-hoo! Love it. All right, you guys, last superset just like that. We're gonna hit the back of the arm because we just hit the front with the biceps with a tricep extension. Now, these can feel a little wonky. I'm gonna show you a couple options. The one I'm gonna try here, I'm gonna step onto my tubing. I'm gonna hold my tubing, okay? Now you can be cool like me, step on it with both feet. I'm being so cool right now, right? And you're gonna hold it just like this. Now kick back or an overhead extension, excuse me. We're just like this, right? So you're gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna hold your tubing, hand over hand, like you would hold a dumbbell or a plate. You're gonna draw your shoulders up back, down, and draw your elbows in, and you're gonna extend. Squeezing. My knees are soft. If you don't like stepping on your handle, just step your feet hip width apart and step on it with one foot. Squeezing through the back of the arms. Don't let the shoulders creep up to the ears. 10 repetitions. And I like to switch which hand is overhand. I'm feeling this equally in my triceps, but just in case you don't. 2 and 1. Woo! How about that? No machine required. Feel that. And then we're gonna do a fly here. So we're gonna step onto the tubing or the TheraBand. Right? And it's calm. And we're gonna uncross them the first set. Like that, correction. Feet up width apart. You're gonna come down. So I'm hinging forward. And I'm gonna go right arm, left arm, and then a double pulse. Halfway down. Right arm, left arm, double pulse. Arms are straight. It doesn't matter how high you go. What matters is that you're maintaining this form, this lifted chest, these broad collarbones, and that you're feeling this squeeze in your upper back and shoulders. Woo! 1, pump, pump. Go again. 1. One more. So 5 rounds of little single, double combo. Doesn't that feel amazing? This really beautiful burn in your upper back and shoulders. So good. Okay, smile dance. So I'll show you the other way this time. I'm gonna step on it with one foot. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna put my right hand over the top now. Before I move, I'm gonna square off. I'm gonna roll my shoulders back. I'm gonna pump my elbows straight up at the ceiling. And then I'm going to extend. So it's like a hinge, right? You're just hinging your elbow as you pull the band up, maintaining a ton of control. Big squeeze through the back of the arm. Be mindful of your ponytail. I don't quite know what's happening with mine. I'm hoping it's not getting tangled up. The key is to look calm on the outside, right? Just tune into the back of the arms. Do your best. Let the rest go. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Ooh, buddy. Feel that. I like that. You like that? Yeah. Fly. Step on it. Check in, nice and strong. Don't just come down and move. Now, if you were looking for more, I'm going to show you the options. So you can either stay here with the handles uncrossed, like we did the first set, or you're going to cross them. Same thing. Shoulders back and down, nice and strong to your core. My knees are bent, and I'm focused on how I'm moving. Right arm, left arm, both together. One little pulse. Go again. Don't move your neck. Keep your chin tucked and your eye gaze forward. And don't just snap the bands back down to the middle after you've extended. Resist, 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 resist. Hold, resist, resist, resist. So that you're getting the bonus, 2 more sets, of working the entire range of motion and getting that extra hit of resistance on your body. It's all good. Your time is valuable, right? Oh man, I feel those. We're so close now, you guys. Woo! All right, last bit here is gonna be the triceps, yeah, the kickback. I'm gonna show you this with the TheraBand. This set, you don't need to switch. As always, you can stay with what you got. Okay, same thing. You know what, this might be a wiggle butt. Let's see. It's the technical term, wiggle butt. Take a big deep breath, hold it nice and tight, shoulder blades back, visualize the back of the arms, visualize your triceps working, extend. Keep everything controlled. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Maintain this smooth, beautiful movement as you're working. Hopefully you don't have a nice big booty like me. It's in my way right now. 3. Ooh, tricep love. 2. And 1. Triceps are a challenging muscle to hit. Anytime you do it, you should feel really bad about it. You should feel really good about it and badass about it. Come in, let's try the flies with this thing. Remember, you don't have to use what I'm using. Use what you got, okay? Here we go. I'm gonna twist it a little. So I'm gonna crisscross it, and then I'm gonna go out. 1. Now I don't have as much range with this, that's totally fine. 2, and squeeze. Go again. 1, 1, woo, and 2. Keep your shoulders back and down. I just want to show you guys that you can be creative and you can utilize the gear that you have. You don't need this big, fancy setup to do a workout. You just need to do a good job. Struggling. You hear me struggling? Oh, shoulders are burning. One more, one more. Double pulse. All right. Woo! Ditch the band. We're gonna roll right into some abs. Abdominals, as my kids would say. Short, not sweet. You're gonna come into a hover position on your elbows. I've got a timer, so you trust me. Turn your music up. Turn my music high. You're gonna take your shoulders and stack them right over your elbows. You're gonna either be on your knees or you're gonna be on your toes. So pop on up. Very simple. Now if your back is long and flat, you're able to stay on your toes. Awesome. Make sure everything's stacked. Make sure that your shoulders are not rounding and that your neck is long. And if you want to, you're gonna push forward and back. Forward and back. 2 more. If you're on your knees, you hang out and you do a perfect hover. Now we're gonna roll from here directly into the side hover. So I'm coming onto both sides of my feet. You don't need to do that. You can put your knee down. Just hold and breathe. Make sure you've got a long line from elbow across the shoulders and all the way up. Coming in from this bottom hip. If you've got a limited amount of time to do core, you should spend it doing planks and hovers because they target everything all in one big hit, right? And roll to the other side as skillfully and beautifully as you can. Again, you know all the options. You can scissor the feet, stack the feet, and put my knee down. If you need more support, you can always have your top arm over to keep you lifted, keep you from rolling. From your bottom, abdominals and hips, you guys lift up. Side abs, I should say, sorry, your obliques. Breathe. Don't collapse into the shoulder. Stay very strong all the way across it. Breathe. Make sure you're doing the option that is challenging for you. Don't pick the easy one. Woo, we're going right back into the hover. And we're gonna finish with a little march, okay? So you can start on your knees, that's totally fine. We're gonna go up, up, down, down. Right, left, left. Palm, palm, elbow, elbow. Now you can come onto the toes again. If you're able to keep your chest, your shoulders, and your hips square to the floor. If everything rocks and rolls, or if you start to pike, which means putting your butt up in the air, you're taking the work out of the center of your body, and that's not what we want. So rather than doing that, just come down to the knees and do a solid job. We're in our final couple of seconds right here, you guys. Short and not sweet core. Woo! One more. And then we're gonna hold our hover. Now again, knees or toes, or if you want a little extra, these last 15 seconds, you're gonna push. Forward, forward, back, back. All the same rules though. Long, flat back. Not feeling this in the shoulders or the lower back. Feeling in the center of the body. 5 seconds. Hang on. And done. Beautiful. Quick stretch. Woo! And mobility flow here. You're gonna take your right leg forward. Turn the hips and chest, come up into a hip flexor stretch. Reach up and back with your left arm. And then exhale smoothly and come forward into a little calf release. And then you're gonna do the same thing. So you're coming up, same side. Tucking the tailbone slightly, lifting the chest, pushing through the front heel, and then exhaling. One more time. Mobility flows are really good. You'll notice the first one often feels terrible. And then as you move and work into that tightness, it starts to feel a little better. Switch sides. So pushing in to your left heel now, exhale. Lift the heart, and come back. Try to square the hips. This isn't about having a straight leg, it's about stretching the back of that leg, that's it. Right hand is lifted, breathe in through the upper chest. Exhale. Inhale. Feels so good, doesn't it? And exhale. And then come onto all fours. Take your hands into your shoulders and your knees into your hips. And you're gonna round your back. And then come up. Inhale and exhale. Cat-cow, you're arching your back, pushing your hands down, tucking your chin. Flexion and extension in the spine, and then inhale, lifting the hips and heart. Feel how this is like a massage for your back. Relax your face, relax your neck. One more. Curl, 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 curl. Inhale. Tuck your toes, please and thank you, and lift up to downward facing dog. Just breathe, relax your head, relax your neck. Eye gaze is behind you, and you're paddling out here, so you're alternating, bending your knees and straightening your legs. Lengthening the arms, stretching. Now we're gonna do a little flow here as well. You're gonna come into a quadruped position, just let your knees come down, and then push back to dog. This is about mobility, this is not about strength. So what feels good here? Breathe. And then come up and press. Doesn't matter if your legs straighten. Doesn't matter how much of the V your body makes. Do you feel the stretch in the shoulders and down your back? One more. And then put the knees down. Come to wide knee child's pose. So your knees are wide, your toes are together. Just stretch out, and we're gonna walk to the right, keeping your torso really low and continue to extend. So reach through your fingertips. Oh yeah, keep pushing your hips back, you guys. Stretch those hippies. So glad you joined me for a full body workout today with the bands. I hope you learned something new. Walk back to the center, take 3 big breaths. And then you're gonna take your hands to prayer. Doesn't matter where you land, just feel that beautiful stretch through the triceps, rest your head. 2 more breaths. Exhale, push your hips back. 1 more. Release. Gorgeous day. Hope you feel worked. I do. Hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate.